Creative Dunkin Donuts gets with their recipes. We're springing into fall, of course. We have two great recipes today with Jeff Miller and Heidi Curry from Dunkin Donuts, encouraging you to use ingredients you have at home and also to head to the drive-thru to get the rest, right?
Well, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
You know, October means fall flavors are, back here at Dunkin.
Of course.
So we've got our very famous pumpkin muffin and pumpkin latte that we're going to use in a turkey sausage gravy recipe, which is pretty wild. And we have our caramel apple donut and our apple cider, and that's real apple cider that's going to be used to make a caramel apple donut tart. Makes kind of a fun brunch, for the fall, for the holidays. You have a lot of folks in town, a lot of folks staying over, so. And
you have the ingredients right here. I see some eggs, some butter. What else do we have here?
Well, this here is some cooked turkey sausage. We've got some chopped onion. Those are going to go together to make the gravy with the pumpkin latte. And then we've got some great Macintosh and Granny Smith apples. Those will get sliced up and layered into a tart pan to make the caramel apple donut tart. And the donuts will actually make the crust.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so much fun as we put this together. When you look at it, you wonder how it's all going to work out. But magically, it comes together with our friends from Dunkin Donuts. We're going to get cooking in the kitchen in just a minute. All right, so we're going to start with dessert first today, which is always fun. We're going to be making our caramel apple donut tart. So you brought along, Miss Heidi, some caramel apple donuts from Dunkin Donuts, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so how many do we need for this recipe?
For this recipe, you're going to need 4.
Okay.
As well as a medium apple cider from Dunkin Donuts.
Got it right here.
And that is going to help us make our caramel apple cider, or apple cider caramel.
Okay, great.
So what you do is you just pour your medium apple cider straight into your pan.
Okay.
Along with a 1.5 cups of sugar.
Ooh. We are making caramel. You do need to do that.
Exactly. A caramel does start with sugar and a little bit of water. We're going to be adding our apple cider. You want to just stir it to get it to dissolve, and then you want to bring it to a simmer. And then once it comes to a simmer and reduces slightly, we're going to stir in some butter, and that's going to help us build that apple cider caramel.
Okay, so once the caramel is done, and we obviously can't really escalate it on TV right now, but once that's done, what do we do next?
Once that's done, you're going to have your apples already sliced, and then what I have here for you is our ramekins, and I already started building them for you. So you have your sliced apples, and you're going to arrange them in the ramekin nice and neat, because essentially the apples are going to be the top of your dessert when you serve it to your guests.
Oh, so what, do you turn it over?
We're going to flip it over. So yeah, later on you'll see how we do that. So I've started here with our apples, and then we have our caramel apple cider donuts.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is pour on some of this.
Okay, so this is the done sauce. You can go ahead and do that.
This is the done sauce, yes. So what you do is you just pour it right over the top. See how nice and thick and golden brown that is? Delicious. And then you're just going to layer your donuts right on top.
Great. So easy.
So easy. This is a great dinner party dessert. You can make these ahead of time and then plate them up for your guests, and you're going to be wild. They're going to be wild. It's
and then when you tell them at the end, guess what? I got it from Dunkin Donuts. They're going to be like, no way.
When you're going there in the morning for your coffee or your breakfast, you pick up an extra apple cider and a few extra donuts, and then you're done. You have dessert.
All right, well, we're going to finish these up. We're also going to get our turkey sausage with pumpkin latte gravy going in the kitchen in just a few minutes. Now back to you. Welcome back in the Roadshow Kitchen. Always one of our more fun cooking segments with our friends from Dunkin Donuts as we take some of their treasures and turn them into treats in your kitchen. So I am holding a piece of a pumpkin muffin from Dunkin Donuts that we've actually grilled. And wait till you see what we're going to put on top of it with Jeff Miller. So what are we doing, Jeff?
Well, we're going to take some onions, which I already have caramelizing in the pan right here.
Yep.
And this is one of my favorite things to do, is add a little flour to the pan, about a tablespoon, and that's going to help us thicken it up. That's called a roux.
A roux, yep.
It's one of those fancy chefy terms that means thicken.
Fancy chefy, yep.
So we're going to cook that through, and what you're trying to do there is just cook it for long enough, maybe about a minute, so that the flour taste cooks out. That way you don't get any raw flour.
Gotcha.
So once that's done, we're going to go ahead and add in some of this pre-cooked turkey breakfast sausage.
Okay, so you've already grilled that up separately, all ready to go. What is how much is it?
It's about a pound.
Okay,
it's about a pound. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. And when you cook that up, crumble it up so it's nice and easy to eat.
Yeah.
And then.
So this is kind of like your your biscuits and gravy, although we're mixing it up with the muffin and gravy.
That's exactly right. Popular Southern dish, kind of with a twist, with a fall holiday twist, something familiar.
Yeah.
We'll season that with a little salt, a little pepper. And of course, a good sausage gravy ingredient would be thyme.
Yeah.
Thyme's great with sausage. So we'll go ahead. Maybe you could stir that up.
Yeah, I would love to. Okay. And so then you were also talking about going to the drive-thru along with the muffin. Is you got a pumpkin latte, right?
That's exactly right.
I love it.
Like Heidi mentioned before, you can just grab all this stuff ahead of time. It doesn't have to be hot. You can even grab it the night before if you know you're going to have guests for breakfast.
So this is a medium?
This is a medium pumpkin latte.
Okay.
So it's got espresso in it, some steamed milk, and our pumpkin syrup. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in there.
Oh my gosh, this is such a great idea.
Well, you know, the thing about pumpkin is that there's sweet and savory ways to use it. So you can use pumpkin in a pie, but you can also, you know, pumpkin's a squash. You could roast it with butter and sage. So that flavor works equally as well with savory dishes.
Wow,
so
that smells good.
Really good.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and turn that up just a bit.
Let it go.
And the idea behind that is when you want it to come to a boil, boil for about a minute so that it thickens.
Okay. So now we have this other burner going, and we're going to make what's next?
That's right. We're going to make a fried egg. So we've already griddled our pumpkin muffin on the griddle.
Okay.
Got that over there on the plate.
I do.
We're going to melt some butter and we're going to pour that egg on there. One of the tips I like to do is pre-crack your eggs into a bowl, and that way you don't break the yolk ahead of time. So if you're like me, you like a runny yolk, you know. So we'll go ahead and pour that.
You can do that.
Right on there. And let that sit for a minute. Oh yeah, see, it doesn't break at all.
So we're going to be layering this together then, right?
That's exactly right. So once the gravy thickens, we'll go ahead and we'll pour that gravy on there so you get a nice spill of the gravy over the muffin, and then right on top of that will be that nice fried egg with the runny yolk, and you'll get to break into that. A little seasoning on the egg, never hurts, a little pepper.
Now, while you're getting this kind of going here, I wanted to check in on those apple tarts that we had made earlier. They're in the oven. Let's pull them out and see how they look. How long do we have to cook these for?
These cook for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Ooh, they look good.
They do look good.
Right on the stove.
So again, this is going to be one of those upside down sort of deals, right? So let's get a plate. Here's a plate for you.
Perfect. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and if you could set it right there.
There you go.
And actually, I'm going to borrow this fork right here and just go lightly around the outside of the dish to make sure it's nice and loose.
Yeah. Do I need to flip our egg?
No, we're going to leave that right like that.
Okay.
One of the tricks is turn the plate upside down.
Yeah. All right, let's see. How did it come out? How did it come out? Shake it out.
See if I did this right.
Let's see. Oh, he did it! Look at that! Oh, that looks awesome.
So that's a great presentation. Now, if you like whipped cream or if you like ice cream for breakfast, which I do.
Yeah, I do.
You can put that on top. We'll go ahead
that
and put
looks great, and then you
there.
can get some of the Dunkin Donuts coffee to make it home, so you're all set on that.
That's exactly right.
All right, so this is kind of our sweet. Now we've got our savory. The gravy's looking good.
The gravy's looking good, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to plate that up. If you'll excuse me, grab this.
Excuse me, yep.
And a spoon.
Okay.
So this gravy's a little thin because we haven't had quite enough time to cook it here on TV, but you get the idea.
Right, right.
We're going to go ahead and get some of that good sausage and gravy and put it on there.
Good deal. And then we're going to top it off with our egg.
That's exactly right.
And you've got a great breakfast.
Looks wonderful.
Awesome.
Okay.
Woo. There you go.
There it is.
All right, so our turkey sausage with pumpkin latte gravy and our caramel apple donut tart. You can find all the recipes on our website. Thank you so much, Jeff, for coming in and cook with us today.